Yo, what's up, guys? BeatsbyHcien, yeah. In case this is your first time, and have you ever mixed a beat that sounds so fire on your studio speakers, but when you export them to TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, you just find out that it sounds so distorted, weak, and it sounds off? Don't worry, you are not alone, because every platform treats audio differently. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to mix one beat for different platform. But firstly, we have to talk about what's actually happening behind the scenes. Spotify uses something called loudness normalization. The track is adjusted to around -14 LUFS no matter how loud you mixed it. YouTube also normalizes audio, aiming for around -13 LUFS, but TikTok doesn't normalize. Instead, it uses heavy compression and downscales your audio for mobile playback. So if your beat isn't balanced or if it's over compressed, it can sound crushed, muddy, or flat after uploading. That's why we need a mix that can translate across all platforms. And here are the quick mixing decisions that you can do to make your mix sound really nice and crisp on every platform. Balanced frequency spectrum. So when you're mixing, you want to make sure you have like an analyzer, a frequency analyzer. I always put that on my master channel, and a free one is Vozengo Span. And what this is actually doing is helping you to understand the overall frequency of your mix. So you want to make sure that your lows is not as too higher than the mid, or it's not too higher than the highs. So the next is actually going to be controlled low end, which is what I just said, which is basically making sure that your kick and your bass, if you're using both together, making sure you're side chaining. Or one little trick that I do if you don't want to side chain is when you play, there's a little latency in your bass that moves it a bit to the not on grid, and the kick, I put them on the grid. I quantize the kick, so definitely the kick is going to hit before the bass. So I do that at times when I want to get that natural feel in my kick and my bass. Avoid over compression, because the more compression you make, the more dynamics you're chopping out, and the more you're making your overall beat lose character. And trust me, when you export it out to all this platform and they do their thing, your beat is going to sound so messy. So you want to make sure you're not over compressing. You're compressing as much as it is needed. You can watch my compression video if you don't know how to compress on vocals, but overall showing you guys how compression works. You can click this link and get more better insights on how a compressor works. Stereo imaging. Here we all like to stereo image our mix, but you have to take notes and remember that most of these platforms, they have only a mono play. Like when you're using your phones, you can just hear it from one speaker or Bluetooth speaker and all of those things. So you want to make sure you're not over widen the whole image of the whole track. So you want to be careful when you are doing that. So after that, let's now talk more about loudness targets. So here are the sweet spots to aim for when you're finishing your mix. Spotify, -14 LUFS, YouTube -13 LUFS, TikTok no LUFS limit, but aimed for punchy but clean, around -9 to -11 LUFS if you want it loud but not distorted. But as much as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not just chasing loudness, but you're also making sure that the beats and the mix is clean. Personally, for me, when I'm mixing my overall beats to be uploaded on beats channels, remember, the beat you upload for listening sake and the beat you send to the artist are two different things. So when I am uploading my mix on YouTube and all of these things that I want people to vibe to, and I'm mastering, I'm making sure my LUFS is around -9 LUFS, -10, -9, -10, -11. That is not for listening pleasure. But in a situation where I'm sending it to an artist, I don't master my beats. I only mix my beats and send it to the artist, because I know that when the artist sings on the beats, they are going to also do mastering. So when I'm sending my own mixed beats to an artist, I don't master. I just make sure the volumes are okay and at least hitting. Okay, so but for the case of what we are saying, where you want to play your song on Spotify, TikTok, and all of those things, then you want to make sure the mastering is hitting around -9 to -11 at least, so that when you upload it on this platform and they do their thing, you still get a very nice outcome. when you're done mixing and you want to export, you can export in 24-bit wave for the highest quality. You can create MP3 versions for quick previews or TikTok uploads. And before you publish, make sure you do this test. You want to listen to it on the studio monitors, headphones, laptop, and phone speakers. You can also upload it on a private video to TikTok to hear how it's all sound in the app. This simple test will tell you if your mix holds up across all platforms. Personally, before I export my beat, when I am mixing in my mixing session, I have my prod right here and I have my JBL Charge 5. But yeah, these are the things that I use, and I just basically change my audio settings to my pod and listen to what it sounds like on the head on my pod, and I also, check what it sounds like on the JBL. Let me show you what I do, guys. Let's say I'm mixing right now. I'm just going to come into my file and I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to come into the audio output device, and I connect my headphones and my pod into my laptop, and I just come here and select the pod. Then I close and I listen through to what it sounds like before I export, and I also listen to what it sounds like on the JBL before I export by doing this as well. And when I export, I also listen as well. So when you are exporting your audio, you can make it 24 beats for listening, but most times I do 32 myself, but you can do 24. And you can just make sure you just export using the settings that I just told you guys. So now you know just a little brief video of me just trying to explain to you guys what to do, how to make your mix sound nice when you're preparing to export for all these platforms. With that being said, I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any other issues concerning uploading on TikTok and any of these things, let me know in the comment section, and let me know what other videos or what else is also affecting you, or what issues you're facing in your music production journey, and I will do well to attend to you. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember to always stay productive. Peace.